already know what it is, baby. It's the one and only Mr. Vega, the Messiah, holding it down for honest assholes. Welcome to another edition, A Moment with the Messiah. I've been very consistent about my work, just throwing them out every week. Shout out to my guy, Dank Sinatra, the one and only, one of the best engineers out in the IE. Again, this is free promotion for bro because he does what he does and he's good at his job. You feel me? Shout out to the team, Mizzle, D-Nut, Eugene O'Neill, Whitney, Antoinette, newcomer coming soon. You already know. Tonight's guest, we've been putting this thing together because Moment with the Messiah is all about giving flowers. And me and my God, we've been tapping in, it's a lot of communication back and forth. I love that about artists. So all you artists out there, learn how to communicate, you know what I'm saying? Tonight's guest, the one and only, holding it down from Jersey, the one and only, my God, Anxious Money. What's the deal, bro?
Salute, bro. Salute. Much love on this asshole podcast, Mr. Vega and Messiah. Much
Yes,
love. Thank you for having me, bro.
no doubt, bro. Thanks for coming out. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about me, about the Messiah, when I give my flowers, especially people that reach out to me, I always make sure that their moment is good. I want them to leave the platform with their fans knowing who they are, what they stand for, what they represent, where they from. And that's what you're going to get when you come to Honest Assholes, and you definitely going to have your moment with the Messiah.
I love it. I love it, man.
That's what I'm
Number
talking
love.
about. So, got to ask you before we get into this thing, man, how's Anxious Money this evening, man? Is he feeling good?
Yeah, everything, flowing, man. Everything good, man. Appreciate you asking, day by day, man. Every day different, but you got to try to go to bed with a clear head, man.
You feel me? And as an artist, I ask that question because you never know when somebody's, going through something mentally or because recording music, bro, it could be stressful, but at the same time, it can be enjoyment because you love doing it. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, you got to make sure your mentality is right. And that's why I asked you that.
Sure,
I'm glad you're doing good this evening. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that 100%. I feel like every time, whether it's a good mood, a bad mood, just music is the answer, man. Whether it's just messing around, it's just an outlet, bro. And if you really an artist, you already know that, man. You ain't gotta make money for this to be a job, bro. You doing this every day. You a musician, man. Your time will come. My time hopefully will come, but it's all about the creativity. And when I say that, you also gotta put out what you think the fans want to hear from you. And that's what I've been having a little bit of trouble with because I tend to stay on that gritty, same old, anxious. Been trying to switch it up a little bit, but it just come out, man. It is what it is.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: consistency is the key. Stay consistent with your work and never be ashamed to step out of your box once or twice because you never know how good you'll be at it. You know.
Sure.
So with that being said, you ready to get up in this thing? You ready for your moment with the Messiah, my God?
I'm been ready, man. Let's go. Anxious with that.
Hey, let's get it. That's what I'm talking about. Anxious Money is a dope name. You know what I'm saying? When I seen it, I was okay. That's dope. I don't really see nothing like that. How did you put that together, and what made you stick with it?
It's funny. So since a little kid, I've always had ADHD. And growing up through the years, I realized that turns into anxiety. So I'm always anxious. Somebody said it to me one day. Actually, I was locked up. My homie said it to me. I was locked up. Not to brag, but said it to me and it stuck. I was like anxious. I said I like that. Then when I first had started, I was going with kid anxious. Cause everybody's like, man, you ain't as old as you say you are, bro. You don't look that yo. So I went with kid anxious for a little bit. I did my rap fame thing with kid anxious. And then once I started getting into it, man, like really doing this, I said, it's for the love and it's for the money. So why not put the money behind anxious, man? Stuff.
Now, when I come with them questions, like when I ask artists how did they get they artist name, it's always a story behind it. It's always a story, and like I said, that's a dope story because you had two names, and then you switched it up once you realize, okay, let me put two and two together, especially since they're a
Right.
representation to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. That's good, man. I'm glad you stuck with that.
I'm
Now, as
gonna
I
be
was
real with
going,
you. Go ahead.
yeah, definitely, and it's not too original, but it stands out. You know
It's
what I'm saying?
different, you
Anybody
know.
who they can yell out money, you know what I'm saying? A money,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? All that, you feel me? That's dope.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
I was looking at your
Yeah.
bio, when you sent it to me, transitioning from New York to New Jersey at a young age. So I gotta ask you, in your honest opinion, this is just your opinion. Let the world know, what is really the difference between New York rappers and New Jersey rappers, in your opinion?
I don't feel there's a difference. I feel like if there's any type of difference, New York got that more s- swag type. Jersey got that more gritty, go get 'em type. That's how I feel. That's how I've always felt about it, you know. I stick with Jersey, man. I mean, it's not where you're born, it's where you're raised, and you know, I went to school here. Jersey, I can't deny it, man. That's my spot. You know, I was out in Florida forever. Everybody out there, when I wasn't doing music at the time, they was calling me Jersey. I mean, it's just it's funny how things happen, man. But yeah, I definitely feel like New York got that more like swag style. Jersey a little bit more gritty. I feel like they trying to get it a little bit, you know.
Was it a difficult transition? Like when you moved, like was it difficult? Like trying to get used to the fact that you was in another like obvious state.
Yeah, so I'll be real with you. I was still kind of young when we moved. So the thing that had messed me up back and forth. Now my mother's Spanish and my father's Italian, 100% on each side. My father's from New York, my mother's from Bayonne, New Jersey. So when we moved from New York for about, I'd say a good 10 years, every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we're at my aunt's house or at my uncle's house in New York. So it's like I was living growing up, both sides of it. So I really just put a stamp on Jersey because that's where I'm at right now, and that's what I'm trying to put on for 'em, man.
Shout out to Break City, man. One of my favorite rappers is from, actually two, but one of my favorite rappers of all time is from Jersey. That's Funk Doc,
Right?
Redman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Muddy Waters.
Yeah, facts. One of the most
That
one of the most dopest albums to ever bless hip hop.
for
These
sure.
is facts. These is facts. I love that album, bro. Like seriously,
Yeah,
bar for
I,
bar production, and the way that he put on the rep for Jersey, bro. You can't deny that.
bro, it was so amazing, and like I discovered, it was weird. I had to go get like my first cavity filled at like I was like maybe 13 or something, and I was like, I'm not going. I'm scared of that. So I made my mom. I bribed her. I said, if you get me this CD, I'll go. And Redman Muddy Waters got me through that whole procedure. Yeah, yep.
That's funny, bro.
Yeah,
Can you
it is,
imagine
man.
getting
That's
your
how I
teeth
always
pulled?
remember it. The CD player, and
Can you imagine getting your teeth pulled and pick it up? Just come on. That shit is
I
fucking
was
funny as
vibing. I
hell.
wasn't even feeling it. Yeah.
That is
Next thing
hilarious,
you know,
man.
for sure. Yeah.
When you now again, when I was going through your bio, there was a lot of interesting stuff that I seen.
Mhm.
When you found out that music was your passion and you started at a young age, 11, that's what you said.
Mhm.
What was so difficult about recording your first song? Because it said in your bio you recorded your first song at the age of 11. How difficult was that, bro?
Uh, it wasn't too difficult. It was a little embarrassing, hearing yourself for the first time. But that's a good point you brought up because I wanna my next door neighbor, shout out Mike Scalata. He came from where I'm from and he was my next door neighbor and he at the time was a producer doing uh doing some tracks for Smith and Wesson. So when he when that happened, everybody was always at the house. It turned into a studio. So that's how I remember, like, how it went down. God bless him, man. He was a great producer. He's a little older now, but man, he taught me a lot of stuff, man. I mean, he was like, if your parents gonna make me watch you for the day, you're gonna be doing falsettos, you're gonna be doing notes, you're gonna be doing this. And I'm like, all right, all right. And look at me now. For
Now, I
sure.
started.
Influences us a lot.
Yeah, it does, because I was about to bring up my point, because I started rapping around the age of 11. You know what I'm saying? Back when I was like really into my rapping shit, and it always
Right.
takes just somebody around you to just give you that influence. And fortunately for you, you had a producer. At my time, I had a cousin, my older cousin, man. Shout out to my cousin. He just stayed rapping. Like, he would always rap on other people's beats, Tupac beats, and it
Some
just, in my
freestylers.
love for music, once I seen it ran in the family, man, I'm like, hey, man, I spit my first rhyme in front of my mother at the, and that shit didn't rhyme at all. But the fact that my mom told me I need to rhyme a little more, she was like, okay, all right. So I might be on to something, and I'm like 11 at the
Yeah.
time.
Right.
So it,
Right.
it takes somebody to be that influence. And shout out to your producer that looked out for you, bro, because you
Man,
know,
I can't even think to remember like one line from it. I just remember it was so funny. It was just hearing myself doing it and then hearing yourself on the little, back then it was the tapes, man.
yep.
Hearing yourself on the tape, you know? But it sparked something in me at an early age. I'm like, man, maybe, that's what I'm supposed to do, maybe. And for sure shit, Wu-Tang came around, forget about it. But it was nothing but writing for me when them 36 chambers dropped, for sure.
Now we all have a rough journey when it comes to the road to success. In your bio, and earlier in the episode, you said that you got locked up. If you don't mind letting us know what led to
I'll,
that, and
I'll
what
tell
did
you
you
right
learn from
now.
that experience?
What led to that was me being bad, getting out of high school. I think actually I was like 24 maybe. So it was like after high school and started doing my thing, was a little hustling here and there, turned into some stuff, and I got a wake up call. I got caught with like quite a bit of bud, and long story short, the dude that I was with went in there before me and had taken the charge and was like, there was nothing. The police told me, look, you want to be real and say it was yours too, go ahead, but then you both getting arrested. And you you saw my homeboys like, just stop. And that was a blessing for me. That opened my eyes. And I remember telling my mom that, and I was like, I gotta cool down. And within a month, I think my parents had bought a house in Florida. And the reason why I got locked up in Florida is because I stayed Jersey. I brought Jersey with me and moved in Florida like I was still in Jersey.
Mm.
And within I say a year, I caught a sales charge. Um, I don't know if you want me to say for what or whatever it was, but it was
You ain't
during
got
an
to
era
incriminate
where,
yourself. This ain't Vlad
yeah, I
TV.
don't need to do all that, but yeah, it was during a time where in Florida that was a big thing, and it was not the good thing for me. I moved like I was still in Jersey, and yep, I got me a sales charge and did me 26 months in prison, Lake County. And I met one of the realest people in there, man. It's still one of my best friends to this day, bro. Shout out Christian, man. But yeah, that taught me a lot, man. As soon as as soon as I realized that I was actually stuck and I had to be myself again, all I started doing was writing, man, writing. And I came out of there with about 2 notebooks full of rhymes, bro. Front to
Mm,
back,
work it.
front to back. Yeah,
Work it.
yeah,
That's dope, man. That's dope, man. You used your time wisely and diligently because that's all you had was time.
yeah. That's all I had. And might I add, because I don't want to try to make myself look like I'm something I'm not. I have not been locked up since I got out. Super Bowl Sunday, February 5th, 2012. My team, the Giants, won the Super Bowl too. It was a great day, bro. But yeah, I ain't been locked up since. Might have had a
Bro, ain't
little
look
couple
back.
run-ins, but none.
That's good,
Yeah,
man. I
man.
mean, you ain't look back, man, because you already know. So that pretty much answers my question. You just ain't look back. You learned your lesson. You ain't looked back since.
It ain't even, listen. I'm not from the hood, like, per se, but you walk maybe 250 feet, you right in there. Now you right in there. So I come from a good household and a good family, but I chose to be where that was, man. That was my biggest problem as far as me getting into trouble. But you turn into a man, and like my father always told me, you make your bed, you gotta lay in it, man. And that's what it was, man. I did my thing. I learned my lesson. I mean, people still mess around here and there and get, have fun, but I ain't going back to that lifestyle, man. And luckily, I came back to Jersey. I met a female, and I had 2 beautiful kids, man. So I cannot complain, man. I feel like everything that has happened up until that point has happened for a reason.
Oh, salute, salute. You definitely have your own style. Because when I was listening to a couple of your tracks, especially the ones when I was promoting this episode, I can honestly
Yeah.
say, you're in your own lane. How did you perfect your style, bro? Like, how did you separate yourself and just have your own lane of the way that you put your own music? Because nowadays you got everybody from all coasts just trying that's pretty much sounding the same. So,
Yeah.
how did you perfect your own style?
You know why? Because I can only be me. And when I get on the microphone, that's what comes out. Yeah, it's not even that I'm trying to create my own lane, because I do feel like if there was some people in my lane, then I get a little bit more anxious and put some people out their career. But listen, as far as my own lane goes, I feel like I put myself into it. I didn't try to create it. If you go back, before social media when I was doing music, it was still the same anxious. It's just a grittiness and a desire that comes out of me when I get on the mic, man. It's just, I don't know. And I grew up to all that. I felt like I grew up to the best music, like G Unit, DMX, Nas. I felt like I had all the great influence. But when you're in music, man, you don't want to sound like nobody else, man. You want to have your own style. I feel like, so that if that style ever hits, I'm right there, bro. Like, I
Mm,
feel like my style, you can pretty much call it like darker rap, I guess you could say. I don't really know how what y'all think, but yeah, I'm definitely different, and that's why I love it, man. I don't ever hear. I did get quite a few comments in the first talking about comparing me to somebody, but besides that, as far as right now, man, I feel like I'm the only one that got that different type of flow and voice with it. So much love to that. I love my fans that rock with it, because my fans that rock with it, they want more of it, more of it, more of it. But then, as an artist, you have to put yourself out in other lanes and put yourself on podcasts. That's not really their lane. So I do that purposely, man. I love bad criticism. Bad criticism only creates good energy, I feel like. Unless you a bitch. I mean, shit. Good criticism that get you bad criticism that get me hyped. That make me want to prove it, you know. And I
Yeah.
tend to do that a lot lately. Put myself on podcasts where I know I don't fit in, but they might be them one or two people that's like he don't sound like nobody else. Like so that's my thing lately. And while we on podcast, man, and you said Jersey before, I forgot to say it, but I am Big Sev, Big Seven. That's my big bro, man. Shout out to his podcast, Time to Grind Radio. He's definitely puts on for Jersey, man, and he helps a lot of people out. You know, personally, I haven't been really helped by him, but I still love it, man. Like that's what Jersey is. You know,
No.
a
Oh,
lot of us
oh.
don't got it like that to be in the studio every day and you know have money to promote and market. So it's podcasts like Honest Asshole and I am Time to Grind Radio. I'm sorry, you know, I am DJ Squirt. I love her. That's like my top three right there, and it's just y'all show love, and you don't have to, man. That's the point of it. So. Much love,
Look,
Big Sev. Much love, DJ. I am DJ Squirt. You know,
it's a bag out here for everybody. It's just you got to put in that work. Everybody can get this work. Everybody can get it, get to what they're doing. Learn the business, but don't be scared to
that's
learn. Don't be
my
scared to ask questions. Surround
right,
yourself around people that's getting that's on that same mission as you. That's one of the
right.
reasons that connect my guy Dank. You know, what I'm saying shout out to my guy Dank Sinatra. You know, we go getters and go getters come together. We don't gatekeep. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah.
So what has
You
been
gotta that's a good point, man. Because you gotta have a strong team, bro. And I feel like you do. And I was big on before I started really going with the Instagram. My Instagram, like I'm not even signed up for all platforms yet, bro. Like this was all just social media just happened, bro. Like within the last not even a year. I mean, I was never on to social media and Instagram got me and it's been working. So much love to Instagram, but I do gotta put me on Spotify, you know, SoundCloud. That's something I haven't done yet. I felt like I wanted to put a big impression on one platform at least to open up all the other platforms. You know, that's how
oh
I feel about it.
speaking of platforms, I have to ask you this question since we're getting ready to wrap it up soon, but I definitely want to put this question out there. Give me one good reason, and like it could be any answer that you want, but give me one good reason why you came on to this platform known as Honest Assholes.
Because I had spoken with you at one point, and at this point, you were just getting your thing going as well. And I felt like I wanted to connect with you and grow with you. I just got that type of vibe with you. The first couple things I seen was you with the good morning blessings and the prayer day. Like, bro, that shit worked, man. It made me stop and listen. So
Hey,
it was I had to get you in the pocket, man. I had to rock with you, man.
hey, I love that, man. That's dope. Good.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's solid, bro. I like that
yeah,
answer right there. And once you hit me up and told me about what you was on, what type of work you trying to do, here we are, bro. And you out here, you getting it. So what?
yeah.
So
Hey,
what do
can I
you?
say one quick thing
Yeah, what's popping?
before I forget? Before I forget, because I know you want to wrap it up. Shout out to your ATL Raps, man. I don't know how this happened, but I was one of the first nominees, man. Because this was months. This like 3 4 months ago. I got nominated, and nobody. It wasn't a big thing yet, and now it's like so huge, man. And I don't know who heard me or somebody must have because I didn't have a big fan base at the time. I guess it's just a voice. I don't know. But shout out ATL Raps, man. Sweet, man.
Hey, listen, that right there was just free promo of yourself, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's your
Yeah,
moment, and the fact
yeah,
that where you got nominated at is getting bigger. That's letting you know that your work is paying off by the consistency that you're showing with your music.
Sure.
You know
And
what I'm
the
saying?
content is about to start flowing.
Yes.
I said middle March into April, we going hard. So I've been putting a lot aside. I haven't been posting a lot. But yeah, it's coming, man. It's gonna be a crazy April, man.
Speaking of April, this falls along with this question right here.
Mm.
So, what is for Anxious Money? Does he have a specific goal that he wants to reach for the rest of the year of 2025? Like, what is that? Or do you have like that one goal that you for sure want to reach this year? Let the world know what it
Yes,
is,
sir.
bro.
My one goal before 2026 hits, I want to be either signed, which I'm really trying not to. I've been approached already. I'm not gonna put people out there, but I've been approached. I turned down too. I definitely want to be with a strong team, even if it's not a label. Anxious wants to be the best thing coming out of 2025, man.
There we
It's my
go.
year. I feel it. I hope there are a lot more come with me, but I'm going, man.
So, real quick,
Hmm.
let the world know where can we find you? Because you got a lot of shit coming out. Bro said it's gonna get spooky in April, and it ain't even in October. So you gotta let the world know, man. Where can we find your music? You working with social media? This is your moment, bro. Flood it. Let them know, bro.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not on too many platforms besides IG right now. I'm starting up with the TikTok, Anxious Money at TikTok, YouTube, Anxious Money 100, uh, Anxious Money, IG. I think we're gonna start up with seeing if we could maybe start something going on with this Twitch, maybe a freestyle like podcast or something. I got things I want to do, man, but for right now, my basic it's YouTube, Instagram. I'm on Spotify. Um, yeah,
So
that's it, man. That's
I
it.
don't know if
But I
this
will
is
tell y'all, Anxious Money coming. If you ain't already here, you ain't seen none yet, man. It's a plan in the works. Y'all mess with me, man. I'm coming. And I'm taking everybody with me that mess with your boy.
with that being said, my brother.
Mm.
I want to thank you for coming out tonight, bro. Like we covered a lot in 30 minutes. I really felt like this was like on a level to where like, your fans can really connect with you. You did a lot
Yeah.
of promoting of yourself, and that was the goal right there, was to really just put it out there, man. I really want people to just know where they can find your music, where they can find you, and now they know exactly who you are, what you stand for, where you're coming from. Shout out to Jersey. And again, this was a dope moment with the Messiah fam. And I
Bro, I've
really,
been waiting for it, man. Like you don't realize, like you could go on a bunch of podcasts, man, but I've been waiting for this one, man. You got positive vibes, man, and it's nothing but love from you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate Honest Asshole Podcast having me. Anxious Money will be back anytime you want to talk, man.
hell
Real
yeah.
shit.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Anytime.
That's my guy right there, Anxious Money. This is the one and
Salute.
only Mr. Vega, the Messiah. Shout out to Big Mizzle. Shout out to D Nut and the rest of the squad. My guy, Dank Sinatra, the one and
Shout out
only.
Capone. Shout out Big Out. Sorry.
Nah, there you go. Like I said, bro is having his moment and he's giving his shout out. This is what we do. Flowers for flower. You feel me? Live streaming this Thursday, 7 p.m.
Yep.
on all platforms. It's the Messiah. It's my guy, Anxious Money. Killer Cali all the way to Jersey. You already know, baby. It's a wrap.
Get them,
Let's get it.
boys.